Hey Centra, thanks so much for joining us once again for Open Enrollment Education. This week is week 5 and we are glad that you're back. This week we're going to talk about guidelines for open enrollment and some open enrollment specifics. So Aubrey, we already know what open enrollment dates will be for this year. So share those dates with us.
So we are really excited to let you all know that our open enrollment dates this year will be October 23rd through November 20. So it starts on a Wednesday and it closes on a Wednesday this year.
Awesome. And one of the other things that we would want you to know is when you can enroll. So obviously if you're already employed here at Centra, those dates are open enrollment dates for you. But Aubrey, what if I'm a new hire, somebody that comes in and maybe watches these videos after open enrollment has closed or outside of that window? What happens for me if I'm that person?
So all of our new hires have the opportunity to elect their benefits within the first 31 days that they're employed with Centra. So you have 31 days to do that, and you'll want to make sure you get that completed so that you can choose the best options for you and your family.
Awesome. I think another thing to keep in mind as well is occasionally you have things that happen during the year. And so 31 days is a key time frame. So you as a new hire have 31 days to enroll in benefits. Also, if you have what we call a qualified life event, and I'll tell you what those are in just a second, but if you have a qualified life event, you have 31 days. Within that time, if one of these events happens during the year, that you can call and have your benefits changed if you need to make changes. So 4 things that we consider a qualifying life event. If your marital status changes is number 1. Number 2, if you have a baby or if you adopt a baby is number 2. Number 3, if your employment status changes or the employment status of your spouse changes, or if you have an eligible dependent. And again, we'll say it every single time that we talk to you, please refer to the benefits plan guide in Lawson. So just if you have additional questions, and to make sure that you have all your I's dotted and your T's crossed, and you can always call PCHP as well. But those are the first 3, and the last one, number 4, is called a qualified medical child support order. And I'm not going to go into detail over that. It's a little self-explanatory, but essentially if you have any of those changes during the year outside of open enrollment, you have 31 days to call and to make plan changes to your health plan.
Very good.
Anything else we need to talk about today, Aubrey?
So I think one of the things that we want to call to your attention this open enrollment season, so think when we're getting close to that October 23rd start date, our goal is that everyone participates in the open enrollment process if you're electing benefits for 2020. And so one of the really key pieces of that is if you do not elect your benefits for 2020 and go in and do the process online, remember we get to do it all online. We don't have to call. We have that option available to us if we would like it.
I love it.
So, but if you don't take the time to do that, you will notice that when it comes to the 2020 season, you will stay in the same benefits. However, you will also have a tobacco surcharge added on, whether you are a smoker or not. And if you have a spouse on your plan, you will automatically be accruing that spousal surcharge as well. So for instance, Stephanie, I have a spouse on the plan and I am not a smoker. So if I chose to not do the open enrollment process this year, I would be penalized for both of those things come 2020 for not getting online and getting the process completed. So we want to make sure that everybody does that. If you're electing benefits through Centra this year, you need to get into that program and elect which benefits options you would like to choose, because it's really in your favor in those 2 instances, particularly if you don't do it.
Great. Well, That's great information. Thanks, Aubrey, for sharing that. And so just remember the open enrollment this year for 2019 is October 23rd through November 20th. And thanks for joining us again this week, Centra. And we hope you have a great Labor Day, or had a great Labor Day, and we will see you soon. Bye.